All right, I am so excited to say hello to this guy right here, my friend, pride of Giles County, ESPN's host of Marty and McGee, former co-host of Backseat Drivers. I think that's the most important one right there on Speed Channel. My friend Marty Smith, who's the busiest man in TV, but now he's also the busiest man in music, right? Marty, did I miss anything there?
Dad, husband, trying to raise them up the right way, but I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for offering this platform to share about the concert for Carolina. When Hurricane Helene hit, Eric Church and Luke Combs, who both born and raised in that area. Luke is from Asheville. Eric's from Granite Falls, right there near Hickory, and lives half the year in the mountains of western North Carolina up in Banner Elk. And so that is the soul that really sprouted these two. It is the region that inspired them to make this music that inspires so many millions of us. And when the hurricane just quite literally wiped some towns off the map up in the western North Carolina mountains, those two immediately decided that they were going to use their tremendous God-given talent to do everything they could to give back to those roots that really sprouted their careers and inspired the people and the professionals that they are. So it is going to be October 26th in Bank of America Stadium. It's Eric Church, it's Luke Combs, Billy Strings is coming, James Taylor's coming, and there's going to be a bunch of special guests that show up as well. Our hope is to put 80,000 people in that joint, and every single cent will go to Western North Carolina Hurricane Helene relief. And so I hope that so many of you watching who love this state and love that kind of music and are inspired by those two specifically will buy a ticket and come out and support. Tickets go on sale Thursday morning at 10 a.m. at concertforcarolina.com.
Listen, I've been friends with Marty for like 2 decades. And if there's one thing I know about you, Marty, is like your level of gratitude for everything in life is through the roof. When they asked you to be part of this, can you just tell me what that conversation was like and what this means to you?
Humbling doesn't even start. I love my roots too. I've been blessed to see the world, Shannon. You and I both have, through our various professional experiences and personal experiences. But I'm forever rooted in Appalachia. I was born and raised right in the middle of those mountains, and our neighboring town, our rival town from where I grew up in Parisburg, Virginia, is called Narrows, Virginia. We call it Narrows because we're hillbillies, but Narrows got blasted. The New River rose so fast and so furiously to a record level of depth that it flooded out so many of those riverbed plain communities and neighborhoods. And so where I'm from was dramatically impacted as well. And so I was driving to Radford for Parents Weekend to see my son Cameron. I had just landed from the Oklahoma-Auburn football game down on the plains, and my phone rang, and it was Combs. And he was like, bro, we got to do something. I'm going to engage Eric. I've already engaged Eric, and we got to figure out something to do. And so those two, with their extreme passion for that area and compassion for the people that are hurting and have lost everything, complete devastation, they came up with Chris Cappy and John Peets, their managers, came up with this beautiful effort. Really appreciate David Tepper and the Carolina Panthers for the stadium opportunity. And so we hope that it raises millions and millions of dollars. And I don't know what it's going to look like walking out there in front of all those people, but I'm a believer, and I just hope that I'm giving words that help inspire people myself. It ain't about Caleb or me. Caleb Presley is also part of is going to host with me as well, who is from Asheville, went to high school with Luke. And we just hope that we can do something that can help these people. And quickly, I'm sure you guys have talked about what Greg Biffle's done, right, and Andy Petrie has done.
That's right. These
individuals in the greater Charlotte region who are blessed to have private aviation and helicopters, who are taking all of these supplies to those people. God bless them, because they are doing work that is so needed and so important, and they're doing it because they love the state and the people. And so thank you to them as well.
Yeah, we had Greg on last Monday. So immediately after all of this started, I feel like maybe, and I'm not just kind of saying this, I feel like we were one of the very first people that really kind of brought attention to the fact that Greg was taking his helicopter, that Andy was taking his helicopter. I've seen pictures from that area from friends who have gone up and checked on their homes, checked on their loved ones. My boyfriend just drove up there yesterday with a car full of stuff for some of his friends that are stuck. And so I would love, like, I think you could be this great catalyst between the NASCAR community that are doing so much, and now obviously the country music community that's doing so much, Marty.
Well, I hope so. I hope that I can just have some small part to help people. I'll say thank you too quickly to my friends at Gatorade. As soon as this storm hit, I knew that water and electrolyte driven liquids were going to be really necessary up there as various supply chains were cut off. And my friends at Gatorade, I engaged them, and they immediately started sending pallets of Gatorade and water to Western North Carolina, to Southwest Virginia, where I grew up, and to East Tennessee, which was also hit really hard by this storm. And I want to say one more thing, Shannon, about this concert and about Luke and Eric's care. This is not something that's going to get fixed in a hurry. This is not a month or 2 month long recovery process. This is a year, 2 year, 3 year recovery process.
Marty, decades. I mean, the stuff that I've seen is insane.
Right? I mean, Chimney Rock and Lake Lauren, these beautiful little mountain towns that are so important to so many of us who live in this state. And when you want to get away from the chaos that is your daily journey in a city like you and I live in Greater Charlotte, all you got to do is drive an hour, hour and a half west, and these beautiful little mountain towns offer you that emotional refuge. And now they need emotional refuge in a terrible way. And so Eric also had recorded a song called Darkest Hour, and he was waiting some time before his next album came out. But when this hurricane hit, he felt like it was imperative of him that this song, sometimes you decide when a song gets its moment, and sometimes the song decides when it gets its moment. And this was the time for Darkest Hour, and Eric donated all of the publishing from that song, which he put out last week, will go directly to the state of North Carolina. And that is something that lives forever. And what an extremely personal gesture that he would do that. And it's going to matter for a very long time. So this is something that we're going to be working on for a long time. And just grateful to everyone who's already contributed. Those of you who will come to the concert for Carolina and enjoy a great night. Like, y'all got, these are transcendent artists
it's gonna be great.
Who are all playing for free and giving every dime of this to those people that they love.
It's going to be great. Bravo to Luke, to Eric, to yourself. Yesterday, tickets went on sale on Thursday. So can you remind us where we can get tickets again, Marty? Because I'm going to go buy them right now.
Yep. Go to concertforcarolina.com. You'll see the button there to buy tickets. And I'm telling you, you better get on it.
Yep.
Because based on my text messages, Shannon, on my cell phone, there's a lot of people that want them already and are inquiring how they can get them. So
awesome.
Please go get them and come enjoy a wonderful evening of fellowship with Luke and Eric and Billy Strings and James Taylor and everybody else that's coming, Caleb and myself, and thousands and thousands and thousands of our friends who have enjoyed their work as the soundtracks of their respective lives and who've been inspired by that. So Shannon, when James Taylor plays Carolina on my mind,
chills just thinking about it.
Get ready.
I'm ready. We have to switch gears a little bit, talk about racing. Because,
sure, love to.
Yeah, let's do it. So what have you thought about the playoffs so far, specifically the round of 12, and what's been the biggest surprise for you?
The races are really interesting because the races that comprise this sector of the playoffs are all such wild card races. And so, you see what's coming up at the Roval this weekend that is historically detrimental to some drivers that really need it. Talladega, always such I almost said a word that I can't say on a family program.
Well, we can bleep it out, buddy.
It's always such a shit show.
Which is our favorite track, by the way, because you and I, every time
it's
we
my favorite.
Cover, yeah, especially this race, right? Remember, my favorite memories with you are standing on one of the haulers, watching those cars come through turn 4 at full speed, lap 2. So, but 28 cars were collected in that big one. That's like,
and think about that wreck, Shannon. Think about the magnitude and the impact of that accident for the people that were in it, who are vying for a championship. You got Austin Cindric leading the thing. You got Joey Logano shoving him. You got Chase Elliott on the top, who's running 4th or 5th, who has an opportunity to advance if he wins that race. They all end up on a hook. And Denny Hamlin, who was awful that day, winds up making up 47 points. As they ran, he was 17 points to the bad, and now he is 30 points to the good as we go to the Roval. And look, if there's anybody that needs those 30 points to the good going to the Roval, it's DH. And so massive for the 11 team to have had that blessing.
And Ryan Blaney, right? He finishes. He's in the infield care center, cursing just as much as you are about what went down, and now he's 25 to the good. Who's your championship for? I mean, can you even pick right now, because you've got Chase Elliott and Joey Logano around the cutoff line right now. So I don't even know how you pick a championship for.
Well, Chase, typically, if you just look at historically, he's a damn good road course racer. So in some way, again, you don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be extremely aggressive on Sunday. There's going to be guys dumping their mama to have the opportunity to win and or advance in this playoff. And that's one thing that makes these road courses so interesting now in the Cup Series. But I feel pretty good about Chase. I think that it's hard. It's very hard to pick a championship for. I think, like Larson, you almost just go, all right, he's gonna make it because they've just been so dominant. I look at Ryan Blaney, our defending champion, who I think he's had some bad luck, but they just haven't seemed to have been able to put races together and finish them the way that they want to. But that also was the case in certain instances last year too, and he was able to execute when they had to execute. I really like Logano and his team. We'll see what happens there.
Well, a true journalist, you picked every single person in the top 12 pretty much. I
feel really good about Chase too. I just have a feeling. I talked to him before the playoffs started, and he was really adamant. He's like, I got a championship team. We got a chance to win this thing. So even though he's had some bad luck, I feel good about him.
He could quietly do it. Are you going to go to the Roval on Sunday? Come on.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. I'm going as a fan. I'm going to go and hang out with some friends, and we could
drink some cold beers.
That's right, baby. That's right. I'll do wine, but I'll get you a beer if you show up. Where are you this weekend? Because as I mentioned, the busiest man in sports. So where are you this weekend?
I am at the Red River Rivalry for the first time in my career.
I've worked that game before. Baker Mayfield was in the game when I worked it. That's cool.
What an amazing experience. Really looking forward to seeing what that game's all about, and one of the great rivalries in all of sport when you have Texas and OU.
Yep.
And there's a lot of intrigue going into this game. Everybody expected Texas to boat race OU last year, and Danny Stutzman and that defense got the last laugh, and that's when he created the T-shirts, which are available on his personal website for $34 a piece. It's just got all the juice. One thing that makes NASCAR and college football both so wonderful is not just the love for your team or driver, but the hatred for the other ones and the passion and the tradition that comes with it. So I can't wait to see. Well, okay, when you were there, did you eat any of that fried food at the state fair?
Heck no. I was just going to ask you that. That's so funny. You know the answer to that. I was running stadium stairs. I wasn't eating fried butter, Marty.
I'm wondering if I should try fried butter.
Yeah. Let me know how that tastes.
I think I'm going to need some Depends if I try fried butter.
Hey, what did you think about those kids carrying that goalpost down
Wonderful.
Broadway? You did 3 miles, dude. 3 miles they carried that
no
thing.
universe should Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
Is that quarterback 40 years old, by the way? Like
he's had a little mileage, but what a G! Like, what an absolute fearless. I can't wait to profile him. His name's Diego Pavia. I can't wait to profile him for College Game Day because it's one of those journeys. Like he played at New Mexico State last year and beat Auburn. He's just one of those kids that's fearless and knows exactly who he is and is not afraid to drop F-bombs on national television.
You have to be 19 years old and drunk to carry a goalpost.
Hey.
Race fans are not carrying anything 3 miles down the road. I'm telling you.
And kudos to the Nashville Metro Police Department and their group for fishing them out of the Cumberland River. And if you happen to be in Nashville and want to go to 2nd and Broadway, go by Chiefs.
There you go. You've got them all in today, Marty. Marty Smith, one of my closest, dearest friends. We've been through everything together in NASCAR and football and all of the above. So I appreciate your time. And listen, I'm going to sit front row and I'm going to be like, Marty, at the concert. I can't wait to see you up there. Thank you for taking a few minutes to talk about the concert, to talk about everything. It's really great what you guys are doing, and I appreciate your time.
So grateful for you. Thank you for the platform and for your friendship and for your light and your spirit. And I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you. And y'all buy tickets and come see us. You can stand beside Shannon and throw beers at us.
Love you, Marty.